definitely. There's not.
Archer's funeral parlor. You stab him, we grab him. How you doing, TJ? Let me come get you. Good God, let's eat! So Ballaz In The Middle, we're back in his house, man. We're back in those stars, me and Roel. We got another great guy here. You know, this guy, I call him the Wikipedia, the walking Wikipedia of American football in his world. But before we introduce you to him, well,
You know the same, man. When you get on YouTube and you're sitting there watching, just push that button, man. It's not gonna hurt. And that's on all social media content. So that's on our TikTok and on our Insta. Just push that button because that helps the channel to grow. All right. And on that one, I'm gonna holler back to my boy Hutch.
okay. So we got American TJ back in his house. How you doing, American TJ?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah,
man.
not too bad, man. Not too bad. All good. Back at the end of the year now. Things are starting to slow down in the festive season. But it's good to have you, man.
Oh, it's good to be here.
So since the last time we spoke, what you been up to, man? What you been doing?
American football, man. American football.
That's what I like to hear, bro.
Yeah. Like, see, we spoke probably the end of the off season.
Yeah.
And then the NFL season got started. Here I was thinking, another NFL season. It'll be chill. Oh gosh,
No,
it was
not
not
at
chill.
all.
It was not chill. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff. Working with the NFL now, NFL UK.
Yeah.
NFL UK, you have to differentiate. Doing some stuff with NFL UK. Got some other cool stuff with Union Jack Classic, the college game coming over to the UK in Wembley. And then aside from that, same old, doing content every single day, videos, bash. Pretty much.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good. Happy for you, man.
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. We've the freelance life to any wannabe freelancers out there, it can be tough financially. But no, it's been like it's been a good few months. It's been a good NFL season, good college season, good university American football season in the UK as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, like looking forward to the BAFA season and the European American football season if we get one. If we get one, yeah.
Well, look, man. From the first time I saw you, man, and I came across your podcast, I said to myself, this guy, he's funny, he's talented, and he's knowledgeable. And I think that you're going to go far. Since the last time we spoke to where you are now, you're going in the right trajectory. So just keep going.
Oh,
No
we'll
doubt.
try. Appreciate it. It's good to be back. As soon as you guys were like, let's get you on another episode, I was like, we're not doing the Zoom. We're not doing the online one.
You're going to come right in the wall.
I want to come here.
You're going to come and sit on the
I
sofa
like
and
that,
chop
bro.
it
I
up.
like that.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
So okay. So let me unpack some of this stuff now, man. So ELF and the EFA have come to new terms, man, and they will unite for 2026, which is great for professional American football in Europe. But the bigger news is that, and I need you to keep me straight on this, is that there might be a London franchise that's going to be leaning into this league, and there's that's going to be based in apparently Leighton Orient football grounds, and the person behind all of that is David Gandler, right? Who's the founder of he was the CEO of Fubu TV, right?
That's the one. Yeah.
Right, him being the main backer. Unpack it, bro. Where are we with this?
Bro.
How true is this?
It's as true as the news sources cite. So yeah, I'll start with the ELF. Obviously, for those that are watching, ELF, European League of Football, our version of the NFL, was going swell, was going all good. I started tuning in like 2 years ago. Last season, I watched pretty much every game. I was like, this is great, European American football. I'm connecting with players, I'm connecting with teams. I'm thinking, yeah, next season is going to be lit. European League of Football, let's go. It's new heights. Boom. One day, like 8 of the teams in the European League of Football, they come out with a statement saying, we're done.
Yeah.
We don't want to play in the European League of Football because the CEO of the ELF, Zelko Karaitsa, apparently he owns like 75% of the shares.
Right.
He's not splitting the revenue enough. You got all these team, their owners, they're thinking this just doesn't work from a team perspective. So
They
then
put big money in as well.
they've got big money. Like
Yeah.
these teams, like it's like €2 million a year
Year
to,
on year.
to whatever.
To run these franchises.
So
right?
they're seeing, Zelko Karaitsa taking 75% of the shares allegedly, and they're thinking, right, we want our share. So they split off. They go and make the EFA, the European Football Alliance. All of us creators and people invested in the sport are thinking, you cannot have 2 leagues in Europe. It just won't work. There's barely enough fans for the ELF, let alone for 2 leagues. It's not going to work. One of my friends at First Down Mag, his name's Davide, so they do like European content in Europe. He said to me a long time ago, he was like, this is just a business play. They're trying to gain leverage. Maybe like a month ago, a couple weeks ago, statement comes out saying ELF, EFA, they're back together. They've come to agreements. Zelko Karaitsa has agreed to reduce his shares to like 15%. EFA teams are happy with like the new agreement. There's a new board. They're going to set up the new board. Everything's all good. It's all swell. Then we get the news of the London team and the Milan team. Everyone's like, great, we're back on it. Have you heard of the AFLE?
AFLE?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so a month ago, we get news that there is another. These guys are made, they made up now, they're friends. Another league has now come into play called the AFLE, the American Football League of Europe. They've come in now. Big investors, apparently. American investors, big investors, apparently. So the Rhine Fire, they've gone over to the AFLE. I'm trying to think who else has gone over. There's a few more teams that have gone over that, like legacy teams.
Yeah.
But
when you say legacy teams, are you talking about old NFL Europe
teams.
Named teams?
I think there's one more NFL Europe team. I think there's one more. But there was a new team coming in called the Alpine Rams. Alpine Rams. Right. I think they're like Switzerland. They've now gone to the AFLE as well. And then the AFLE have announced that they're making a London team. So we might have just 2 London teams now in the mix. And they've just announced a few days ago that they're making a Paris team. Obviously, we've already got the Paris Musketeers. Now the AFLE wants to create a new league. This AFLE thing, AFLE, yeah, that's the one, AFLE, whatever. It's just thrown an absolute spanner in the works yet again. Because as much as, businesses want to do business, XYZ, the ELF and the EFA have just come back together.
Right.
And now the AFLE have come in and they've been like, we're going to make 2 leagues. So it's very confusing because now, again, literally last night, First Down Mag, who, again, they do like, a lot of news around European American football, they released an article saying that the ELF and the EFA are essentially like a few shock bills, a few letters through the post away from just going bankrupt.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
From going backwards.
okay.
Yeah.
It's going backwards.
Allegedly. So now, what sources, good sources, have told me, I'm not any journalist, but like I talk to these guys. What good sources have told me is that they think the AFLE might be another business leverage pool because apparently what they want now is, remember I said Zelko Karaitsa, he reduced his shares 15%?
Yeah.
Apparently people just want him gone. They just want him out. They're like, if we're going to continue with European American football in the ELF, we can't have Zelko's, we can't have him in any of these offices. Whether it's 15%, 16%, 17%, we want it to be 0%. So what we're looking at now, currently, is we're looking at the ELF and the EFA. We can just call it the ELF. They've come back together, make one league, and then the AFLE over here are making another league. AFLE, again, reportedly, the reason why teams would even want to go over to the AFLE, there's a few more ELF teams that were in there. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not going to put names out there. But I think there's like 4 or 5 teams now from the ELF that are going to go over to the AFLE. And what the AFLE are saying now is they've gone to teams and they've gone, right, we'll give you 300K up front, and then we'll give you like a rolling like revenue share, whatever. And what they've said to the teams is, we'll give you this 300K, we'll help you with cash flow, but if you want to buy out your contract, it's 30 million euro.
Ooh. They own the rights.
So basically,
hold on a sec. How have the AFLE got the rights to even offer that to these teams?
well, so for example, the Rhine Fire, AFLE will go to the Rhine Fire.
Yeah.
They'll be like, fair enough, you're part of the ELF, but we know you've got financial issues. We know that all this ELF, EFA stuff that's been going on has impacted your sponsorships, has impacted your cash flow. Because did you hear about the Stuttgart Surge going bankrupt?
Yeah.
So they went bankrupt.
Yeah,
Stuttgart Surge basically went bankrupt because for 6 months, obviously every business you're going to have debtors. You're going to have people you owe money to.
Yeah.
It's all good and well.
Investors.
It's all good and well being in debt to people, because you say to the people that you owe, you go, look, we're part of the ELF. We got deals with DAZN. We got deals with Ghazi. We got all these sponsorship deals. So we'll give you your money. They don't want the money now.
Yeah.
They just want to see that
Yeah.
you've got the capacity to pay the money when it happens. So when all these teams left the ELF, like the Stuttgart Surge, they still got to keep paying bills. But how can they? Because you split off from the ELF, ELF still has all the sponsorships. ELF still has, all like the cash flow levers. So basically, the Stuttgart Surge, it's like, when you're a kid,
Right.
and your mum gives you a little slap, and you go and running away, and then you walk halfway down the street, and then you clock, I've got no house.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the Stuttgart
I've
Surge
got
is.
hundreds of questions for you, but it's not quite fair for me to ask the questions because I need to do my due diligence. I need to research this and find out what's going on here and what the landscape looks like.
Honestly, no one knows. What I'm saying is all allegedly. This is just like news coming out the grapevine. You might do your research and you might find information over here. You might find information over here. Like the First Down Mag put it in the best way. We're all just sat in a dark room and we're getting like these torches being flashed by leagues, being like, oh, here's some light, here's some light. It's like, bro, turn the big light on. Like, no one knows what's going on.
I like the idea. Right. I like the idea of the fact that the AFLE are backed by Americans. The reason why I say that, because they know the game. They know strategically, operationally, how to run teams. No disrespect to Europeans. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But they know how to do it. They know how to finance. They know how to market it. They know how to do all those pieces. So, that kind of like struck a light with me straight away thinking, yeah, this might well be great and sustainable. But a lot of this at the moment you're saying is hearsay. And not a lot of this is quite concrete yet. It's all in its infancy. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, all we know.
But this sounds good.
All we know right now is that the ELF is ready to start, and the AFLE is getting to ready to start.
So they're going to run the same as the ELF? Same time?
I guess so. They'll run at the same time.
So the AFLE and the ELF are going to run in parallel. That's not going to work.
If the league, if
that's not going to work.
If we transported to April today, that's what would happen.
So we're saying if we to there, we would have 2 based London teams or 2 England teams somewhere based in England today.
So the David Gandler team is coming in 2027,
right?
And then the AFLE, they're saying that their team's going to come in 2026. How they're going to do that? They want to guess where they want to make a team. It's in France.
Yeah, in Paris.
So they've said they want to do the Paris one. It's not Paris. You'd think Marseille, maybe. You'd think Lyon, maybe. I don't know. What other cities are there?
Those are the only 2 ones like
right.
Top, yeah.
Monaco.
What?
Monaco.
You can't be serious, bro.
Monaco. They want to start a team in Monaco.
I understand. I understand money wise.
Is there an F1 influence around that?
Yeah, that's the only reason I would say that.
Possibly, but what? There's
the money around there is ridiculous.
The money is great, but there's barely a football, like a soccer scene in Monaco, let alone America. I can see maybe they're like, okay, cool. We'll make it all flash. We'll make it. It's American football.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to rent out Monaco Football Club stadium.
No way.
So then, where are you playing? Who are you going to get teams from? I know that down the roads there's not Rennes. There's another one. There's a city near Monaco. They might play there, but they're saying that
It's
they want
something
to.
that, like you're saying, people coming there, like to support their team. Where they saying?
Where's the homegrown talent coming from?
Well, this is a point. Okay, so let's just slightly change lanes a bit because there's a possibility here. There's going to be a minimum of one professional American football team in England somewhere come what next year, yeah?
Yeah.
What does that do? What does that do for the likes of Bucks? What does that do for the likes of BAFA players, coaches? You know,
Me and
what
had a little
what
conversation
does that look like for them? For me, it's something that has been there. Well, something that this country's been waiting for a long time. It's something that is absolutely needed. Yeah, but you know, me as a player, if I'm hearing that this is coming, right, I'm bolting down there straight away. You know, I was looking in the mirror and think, I'm the best running back in this country. I'm going down there. I'm going to work out and I'm going to try and make this team.
Glenn Tunga, you know Glenn. He when they posted the announcement of the London team, top comment, Glenn, is this real? Question mark. And I was like, of course Glenn's going to ask that. He's the best current British American football player right now, outside of maybe Sam Fenton, who's gone to play University of Southern Florida. But you know, pound for pounds, whatever. You're going to get all of these British guys that have maybe gone through NFL Academy. Do you know what? It's got crazy. There's NFL Academy guys that have gone to go play D3 football in the States.
Wow.
They might. D3, D2.
So the pool, when you think of the pool of players,
It's getting massive
the different
now.
types of pool of players.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Bucks.
Yeah.
Right? And when I say Bucks, I'm talking about D1.
Yeah.
D1, I'm talking about
The one that's
Bullets.
winning.
UW Bullets.
UW Bullets, yeah. I'm talking about import players
Yeah.
that are coming over there doing their 1 year masters. They're going to jump onto this, right?
Yeah.
BAFA players, top BAFA players, they're going to jump onto this. NFL Academy, they're going to jump onto this.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if the pull is right, there'll be a great level of
There's going to be
talent's always been there, though.
competitiveness
there's going to be a lot of guys that are like
on these teams.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, let's say you've got what's his name, Daniel Akinkumi. He's currently offensive line at the University of Oklahoma. he might get drafted. Let's say he doesn't. Does he think London team? Boom. He's been getting his NIL in America is stupid. Like he's at the University of Oklahoma. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He might come back to a London team. He might be the highest paid player. You might get Glenn come back. Obviously, I think Glenn's now 30, 31, but he's still the best. Do you know what I mean? He might come back. He might whatever. And yeah, that's can I? I'll say that off camera. I think that's secret news. But the London team essentially they want it to be as British as possible.
Right, I hear what you're saying, but you know,
So let's
you then have the
import
politics.
some.
You then have the politics side of that. If you've got a team that's as British as possible, but you're not getting no wins in the win column, that will change in a minute. Trust me.
As a very wise man once said, the best way to sell tickets is just win.
Yeah.
Just win.
And that's going to take
Unless
seasoned players in key positions. It's just as simple
I
as
was
that.
just about to say that when it comes down to when you're talking about position players, the only thing that I don't think this country's ever produced a lot of is QBs.
Yeah.
Every other position we've done pretty well, but when it comes to QBs, that's the only position that we might struggle in if they want all homegrown players.
And that's the issue is that like if you want to start a London team in 2027, the best British QB is currently in Tampa. He's at the University of South Florida playing D1 football. He's at like these British guys, if they go to D1, their NIL is stupid because every single business in that local town, they're going to be like a British guy that plays for the university. Great, we're doing an advert. So,
But is it that clear cut though? Is it that clear cut? Because I know NIL is it's definitely blowing up in college, in all the major sports. It's been there since 2021. Fully aware of that, but is it that clear cut?
There's probably, it's probably a bendy road, but I mean, let's say, let's go back 8 years and was like, right, I'm 18, I've just gone to go play D1 football. I've got a British voice, and I play for the university team. The local steakhouse you know what these American businesses are like. You have a local steakhouse, the owner is a millionaire. Not like the UK, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The owner of the local steakhouse, he's going to say to me, great, I'm going to put 15K in your pocket. I want your British accent. I want you to come do this. He's going to say to you're a wide receiver. Cool. I want you to do this. Then you might start getting bigger business. You might have businesses, like a lot of these like new kind of like startup businesses, like a
I
sales.
wish they did that when we was at Atlanta.
Yeah,
I wish they did that when we were at Tampa. Do you know what I mean?
It's a different world. Do you know what I'm saying?
That was we was in a vortex back then, man. You're talking about 90s,
You
man.
understand something? We created that pathway, bro.
You did.
yeah,
You did.
for sure,
Exactly.
for sure.
Exactly. When that, and that's the thing. Like, when I say this a lot, I refer to you guys a lot. When people I get Americans saying to me, "Man, like British American football seems to just be getting started." I'm like, bro, it's gone like this and like this,
Yeah.
and we're currently just
Climbing back up again.
just climbing
Trying
back up.
to,
Yeah, and
Especially in the UK.
especially in the UK. My good friend Tebs, he runs Depth Chart Sports, a good Instagram. He sent me, he sent me I think it was the Bucks final of like 2002, and do you know what I mean? It was massive. It was massive. But back to the London team, it's like there is so many. I made a video about this last week. There is so many stakeholders in British American football right now. You've got NFL UK. NFL now they've got headquarters in London. Obviously, like the stuff that I do.
It's always been there.
Yeah, but you're right. So there are a lot of stakeholders. There's a lot of stakeholders that work in their own silos, and they're not. There's no crossover with them. Right. So you're talking about NFL UK. They do not cross over into BAFA. They do not cross over into Bucks.
It's funny you say that.
Yep.
NFL UK were at the Birmingham Lions game, the explosion game at
Yeah.
Bucks. So I feel because like NFL UK, like
This is what you're referring to is something that is just recently started.
Just now.
Just recently started
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, just now.
But, these before they will be working in silos, and it's just been crazy to trying to get them to work together.
yeah,
Pete Ackley, former CEO of BAFA, he bent over backwards trying to get this to work. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I've got a bit of insight onto that type of stuff. But go on.
No, yeah, I was just like the stakeholders, like pretty much what you're saying, like they've all been working in silos, and like so NFL UK obviously they're now like major player. You've got NFL Academy in Loughborough, but they play games in like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
You've then obviously got BAFA, you've got Bucks, you've got the Bristol Aztecs who are essentially trying to, they're trying to progress Bucks.
Yeah.
Now you've got this London team. And then you've obviously got the European League of Football. Then you've got the AFLE that wants to start a London team, and then you've got the International Arena League coming over as well.
What?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Oh, that's that again. That's that
International Arena.
League. Yeah.
But you know what? You know that game that they had on YouTube not too long ago. It was like a celebrity one.
Yeah.
See them playing that on that field.
Yeah. So I think that was indoor flag, but so International Arena League, like that's going to be full contact.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say that field where they played on,
Yeah.
It's perfect for that.
Yeah, the dimensions.
Yeah,
International Arena League. So they've already tapped me up. I'm going to be working with the International Arena League. They've got two teams. One in Nottingham called the England the Raptors, and then one in Glasgow called the Glasgow Tartans.
So let's put a bit of spotlight on this. When does their season start?
April 2026.
Right, you heard that, people. Let's look out for that.
April
Let's
2026.
look out for that.
That.
So
How many teams are there?
So there's going to be 4 in Europe. You've got England the Raptors, Glasgow Tartans, and then you've got Stuttgart Dusseldorf, and there's going to be 4 in America.
is it classed as professional?
Technically, the players, I know this for a fact, what has been drawn up now, and I'm going to be very careful with my language, what has been drawn up now, the players will be getting way more than they get in the ELF. We're talking like
Interesting.
we're talking like 6, 8, 1,000 a game.
Do you who's the funders to this?
So it's the COO was the former owner of an American Arena League team.
Right.
So it's funded. The whole operation is funded and led from America, from Vegas.
Got it.
And then they're going to have 4 teams in the American League, 4 teams in the European League, and then at the end of the year, they're going to play
Playoffs?
a playoff competition in Vegas.
Nice.
Winning team. Guess how much the winning team will get?
Take home. Millions.
Well, as in the actual franchise.
Oh, all the franchises are centrally owned.
Okay.
So yeah,
I don't know. $5 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
That's something. To
People have their reservations. People have their reservations because bringing that product
Right.
to the UK, it's like, bam.
Wow. Well, this is the first I'm hearing about this league, and I'm hoping that when we cut this up and we put this out, everyone, the players get to hear about this. Even players that have retired, get out, come out.
Yeah.
You can make some peas out of it. Do so.
They're really like there's no coaches yet and there's no players yet. So there's coaching opportunities, there's playing opportunities, obviously, like general manager opportunities, all that type of thing. But it is the International Arena League. The reason why I listened to them, the reason why I was like, do you know what? I really like this idea is because one of the biggest drawbacks from British American football has always been most of the team playing parks.
Yeah.
It's wet, it's dreary.
Can't put a camera on it.
Can't put a camera on it. International arena football.
look good.
It's like you know how like netball just absolutely flew in the UK.
Yeah.
It's indoors. It's accessible.
Yeah.
You can take the whole family. It's warm. It's fast paced.
Yeah.
In arena football, it's 8v8. It's big hits. It's fast plays. You don't have a play clock. You're not doing punts, anything like that. Like it is. It's essentially and what
Play
they want
football
to
with kit on.
exactly, and it's what they want to call like the WWE of
American football.
Of American football.
Yeah. It's a model that is lifting and shifting from the US and plonking in Europe. It works in the US. It's not a rival to the NFL. They get it, but they're still making revenue on it.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
You get players through the pipeline. Kurt Warner, one of the greatest ever.
That's what.
He was
he played arena league.
He played in arena football. So it's like
He played against Kurt Warner. What are you talking about, man?
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, in NFL Europe.
NFL Europe.
Yeah, when
Amsterdam.
Was it Amsterdam?
how good was he?
Even, I think that year they won. They won the World War.
Yeah. But did you look at him and be like, oh, this guy's
No, but to me, when I was coming through NFL Europe, I like how he didn't play with college players. Well, I went to college over there, so it was kind of different. So I looked at Kirk as I put it this way: I put Brad better than Kirk, Brad Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because that's the thing. Like,
But they're both Super Bowl champions. Don't get me wrong.
no, of course. But that's the crazy part because I watched Kurt Warner's documentary like a couple weeks ago because I wanted to get inspired by arena football.
Yeah.
Everyone that speaks about Kurt Warner before he got to the Rams was like, he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
He wasn't like incredible. And then all of a sudden he gets his opportunity on the Rams. He starts fifth on the depth chart, goes to fourth, third, becomes back up as the season starts, and then
And he was treated like a free agent, man. They gave him no love, man.
Yeah.
He worked for his stuff for sure.
What was the OC's name again? I can't remember his name, but he rode him hard. Do you know what I mean? Rode him hard, but it came good.
Yeah.
It came good. When you talk about NFL Europe players, man, I mean, so I'm just gonna go wind my neck off a bit. The best player that I've played with, and seen live is Dante Hall. Dante Hall, right?
He was a beast.
This guy, oh my days.
Yeah, he was nice.
When I say this guy was electric, he was he came from Texas. He went to he got drafted by Kansas. Got himself. He was supposed to be a first round draft pick. Got himself into trouble. Dropped down to the 5th. I was at Kansas. Just did okay. Put him into NFL Europe. Came to Scotland. Wide receiver, kick returner. They call him the human joystick. Check him out. Yeah. Right? Yeah. He lit up NFL Europe. Went back to Kansas in 2003 onwards. He killed it. Signed a $20 million contract for 3 or 4 years. Killed it. That's the best athlete I've played alongside.
That's insane. So, were you on the same team as him?
Yeah.
How did he train?
This is the thing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. He was young. He was younger than us. So God, I must have been about 29. I must have been 28, 29. And he was like 21, 22. He was out every night, coming back with like Alizé bottles and walking around the streets with his wife beater on and hair braided back. He didn't
Out in Scotland.
he didn't give two F's.
You understand?
And we sat this guy down. We sat this guy down and I said, Dante, do you realize how talented you are, man?
Yeah.
You are listen, in one-on-ones in practice, corners would give him 12, 15 yards. Had to.
Because you could
Had
not,
to.
his movement was so quick. He would go here and you'll jump on that.
He's gone.
And then by the time that
By the time you recover, he's already gone, bro.
He was probably, I would say he was probably like a 4-4-3 guy.
I would say 4-3.
But it's his 0 to 100.
Yeah.
He got there like in 3
that's
steps.
And
that's
his
what
stopping ability.
that's what people don't appreciate is the
It's the
acceleration.
quickness and
But his
stopping on the
ability,
dime.
his stopping ability and change direction was unreal.
Yeah, and I find that hilarious because people be like, I get like doing analysis. People go, oh yeah, it's 4. He's only 4-4. Only,
Bro.
If he could stop on a dime at 4-4, bro, you cannot
4-4.
deal with that.
People laugh at QBs that get 4-7. Do people understand how quick?
No, they don't. They don't.
4.7 seconds.
Yeah.
40-yard dashes.
Yeah.
But there's a few other NFL Europe guys that I was looking at that I was doing videos on. You had a few QBs that came over.
Yeah.
And pretty good. Went back.
Jake Delhome's one, Brad Johnson's another, Kurt Warner, Jim Ballard went back, Gino Torretta. Gino Torretta was a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Ryan Fire.
Yeah.
That was a Heisman. Was it Gino? Yeah, Gino.
Gino Torretta came over. He was at Ryan, I think he was.
Running back we had at Barcelona.
Lawrence Phillips, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at Nebraska. Number one draft pick.
And
let me tell you
winner.
something.
Unreal.
He had issues, I did.
He had issues.
But he was unreal.
But on the field, oh my word.
He was so nice.
He could ride the hell out. And he could lay the wood and he was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant running back. Brilliant vision. But you're right, he had mental issues.
Yeah,
and unfortunately,
He still had it. He still had it when he played in NFL Europe. And just imagine that was years down the road.
He went back. When he went back to the league, he went to San Francisco. He won on the 33 and he was there for like 2 or 3 seasons.
I want NFL Europe to come back, man.
I tell you, right, it would be good. It would be good if you could ever get to speak to players that were actually in NFL Europe, American players that were in NFL Europe, and ask them about how valuable NFL Europe was to their careers.
Yeah.
We did a podcast with Brad Johnson. You listen to Brad, and how he articulates about NFL Europe and how it helped him in his career. Crazy.
It's insane. And I guess all these guys coming to play in the ELF, they probably think the same thing,
Yeah.
They come over and I think that's one good thing is that they come over expecting Chicago, expecting Los Angeles, and then you stick them in Vienna. You know what I mean?
The unfortunate thing though is the disconnect because playing professional American football in Europe, there's no connection to the NFL. Whereas with NFL Europe, there was a huge connection. NFL Europe was like the shop window for the NFL.
A bit like the CFL, like
No,
not even.
No, CFL was a lot harder.
No. They were like in lock.
They were linked.
They were in lock. There were some times. So I'm gonna start whistleblowing now. There were some times, and I'll give you an example for myself, where I was at Scotland, and there was 3 other running backs in my unit. One of them was assigned from Philly. One was assigned from the Giants, and one was assigned from the Dolphins. Those head coaches lean onto the Scottish Claymore's head coach, bending his ear, saying, "Why aren't my players playing?
Yeah. That's insane.
Why aren't they playing?" So, to an extent, he had to let them play, and regardless, win or lose, now that was part of the dynamic. NFL coaches or OCs or DCs calling up NFL Europe head coaches saying, "Look, I want to see my players play. I need to evaluate them. Blah 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 blah. I need to
We need tape.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly." What do you think that did for European players?
You guys get pushed down.
We'd have no one shouting out for us.
Yeah.
There was a small percentage of American coaches that didn't give a flying. They said, "We're playing our best players because that's the only way we're going to put ourselves in a position to win games." We had an edge, right, called Robert Flickinger, right, a European player like us, started every game. Why? He's one of the best defensive linemen we had.
Yeah. He was the best.
Hands down. Tom Tovo, another European guy. All right, he didn't. I'm not sure if he was starting or was he.
Yeah, Tovo started.
Rotate a lot.
No, he played. I think he played as much as Flick played.
Again, you know, but with that scenario, you got to have a coach that's like, there's 2 feet in the bucket.
And they had one.
You need to have a coach with integrity.
They had one. They had.
And guess what his name was?
Tom Sula.
Jim Tom Sula.
Ah.
Who then moved on to being head coach of the 49ers.
Yeah.
And then he went into the ELF and he was the head coach at ELF.
Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, I knew that there was a bridge, but I never knew that it was
so intertwined. It was ridiculous.
Did you guys ever come close to an NFL roster?
Well, what about tell him about Detroit, and I'll tell him about Washington.
Yeah, I mean, was it? It was 95.
95.
95. We was in Atlanta, and Hutch told me because I didn't know.
Kenny Mack.
Was it
Eric Stevens was shouting about in the canteen.
Yeah, so they were asking. They was asking about me, and I would have probably had opportunity if I had one, I had an agent, and two, if my passport was blue.
Oh, in terms of American passport.
Yeah. But because, and I think back then, at that time I was 27. So to them it seemed late.
Yeah.
But back then I still thought, no matter if you didn't start, if I didn't get no shot at playing as a DB, now I can say to myself, no one can touch my special teams.
Yeah.
Because I took pride in that.
Yeah.
Because if you're not gonna let me play as DB, I'm gonna become the best special team player.
Yeah.
And I know if they gave me an opportunity, I could have made the league as a special team player, hands down.
Let me explain something to you. So when we practice, right, practice started off with us in our units, and then we would run and catch balls, and then we would come together and do install, and then after install you break out and do 9-on-7. When you do 9-on-7, you do 7-on-7 in parallel, and then you do special teams, and after you do special teams, then you do team, right? Whilst that's all going on, you got guys, I'm talking about literally squeezing through hedges, coming onto the sidelines. Indianapolis Colts, Kansas City Chiefs, LA Rams, Washington Redskins, and they're their files. And they're just writing down, taking pictures, scouts. And in my story, I was approached by the Washington Redskins and British Columbia Lions when I was at Tampa, Florida in 2001. And they were very interested in me after seeing me do 9-on-7 and special teams. And they took my name, my number. They said, right, we're going to speak to Gene, and we're going to be in touch. So Gene Dahlquist was the head coach of this. But I didn't get to play running back until probably week 8.
Oh, in Scotland?
At Scottish Claymores.
Yeah.
I didn't get to play, so I didn't have any game tape up until, say, week 8. Right? And that was because Philadelphia Eagles, Giants, and the Dolphins were on Gene's balls saying, I want to see my running backs play. I want to see my running backs play. So I got squeezed out.
Were you better than them?
When we look at it now,
Let me show you.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I'll show you game tape.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I'll show you game tape.
I've seen some of your game tape, to be fair.
I'm gonna be. It's only now. It's just taken me a long time to realize this because now I watch film and understand the game so much better. You got to understand. We already had things against us because we was English. Guarantee every seat.
Let's say non-American.
Sorry,
Let's say non-American.
Sorry, my bad.
They were Japanese players.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we just international players. Every year, guaranteed. We went into camp, and we was in way better shape than any of them. Any of them, they all came into camp, apart from the allocated players, because they were American. They didn't need to do the extra. They didn't have to work out. They didn't have to come. We came into camp every year, faster, stronger, and it was just so hard.
I recorded in the life of Hutch a few times in 2001, 2003. I did this for my I had a real young family at the time. I said, I want them to see what I did. Because I wanted to say to my son, I want you to pick out where daddy is. I want you to pick out where the American guys are. What looks different. Yeah? And an untrained eye. Yeah? I've shown this tape to trained eyes. And in practice, there ain't no difference. It gets to a point where everyone is literally the same.
Yeah.
This back might be quicker. That back might have quick, faster hands. That back might be a better blocker. Generally,
same level.
But that's it across the board anyway.
Our metrics, man. I tell you, the metrics that we did. So when you go through the process of being evaluated as a player, right, you're evaluated on your speed, your standing jump, your bench, this, that, the other, right? And you have grades. NFL had grades as an A, B, C, D, A, B, C, and D. We came out at A's, man. I know I came out at A. Yeah. This guy came out at A's.
Yeah.
Because these guys had the athletic ability to be as good, if not better, than a lot of the allocated players. We used to get their metrics where they're blowing people away if they'd never been given at the combine and stuff. You needed a coach to care about that and care that they wanted to prove them as players. And
because you guys were as you guys were saying,
our work ethic was unreal.
Yeah, but it was overlooked.
Yeah. And I think that's the shame is that obviously, it's like remember in the 60s and 70s when they used to say, "Oh, a black guy can't play quarterback." It was an international player can't play American football because it's like, I think what I'm getting from it is that with American football, especially myself, I started getting into American football when I was 10, 11 years old. I was able to recite coverages by the age of 14. I was blessed in that sense that at a young age, when my PE teacher was play rugby, I was like, I don't want to play rugby. That's boring. I was like, I want to play American football. And he was like, we don't play American football here. So I started getting into that. So even I went on a podcast with my friend Deuce. So he has a podcast in America. He's an American guy, but his dad was the head coach at Kansas State, coached at Virginia, whatever. So he knows his stuff. He played offensive lineman at the Citadel as well, FCS football. He knows his stuff. We were having this conversation at the end of it. He was like, man, it's literally like talking to an American. And I was like, that's the thing, bro. You guys need to drop our accent. And you need to drop the fact that we're from London and not from New York. Because I always say this, same thing as you guys. You get an American, you bring him into a room, and you sit me down, you sit the American down, and you go, right, let's go through a playbook. I'll blow him off. I will tell you everything. And it feels like it's the same with you guys. In the 90s, 2000s, you bring an American in, and it's like, right, guys, let's do cones. Where's the difference?
I can believe it. Because just going back to my example, when they spoke to me, right, at that point, that's when they realized I want American.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're one of the one of them said you're one of them, and the other one said, oh, you're one of those European players. I said, yeah. And he's like, well, where did you learn to play?
Yeah.
I said, in Europe. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Europe.
But our window was so much smaller. We learned all of that
right
in a small amount of time.
Yeah.
And you got them playing it from kindergarten.
5 years old.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
I started playing when I was 11, but then had no chance of playing it because obviously I was too small, and then we moved back to the UK. So then I didn't start playing again till 16. And then when I started playing, we was playing for, back then, Victor. So it was even hard for me to play because there was so many good players ahead of me.
At the Ravens.
At the Ravens, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I thought, okay, I love this sport. Need to take it next level.
But I could speak to you about this all day. It rotates me around to the points. What I think Roel is saying is that America's been playing the game from grassroots. When you think about the IPP, International Player Pathway, what is that all about? That is all about the NFL identifying talent, tracking them in about 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
The draft. Now just think about that just for a minute.
Yeah.
How realistic is that?
I mean,
The success rate is really low.
very. I mean, look at Louis Rees-Zammit.
That's what I was going to come on to.
Yeah. He came, he saw, he did not conquer.
He did not.
He went back, and fair. Like, I think a lot of people got onto him, being like, "Oh, the Americans were like, oh, you see how hard it is, whatever."
It's not easy.
The fact that he even got on a practice squad, Louis Rees-Zammit, you did it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did it. So then, like, you look at, I know Travis Clayton, Buffalo Bills offensive lineman, he got drafted 7th round, but he got drafted. Do you know what I'm saying?
Even though it's a pathway to the NFL, it's a very, very steep climb.
Very.
Not necessarily physically, mentally.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they misunderstand. The mental game is unreal.
I said this. So one of my mates was joking to me. He was like, "Oh, you know so much about American football." He was like, "Would you ever play?" Or he was like, "Look, you used to play sports as a kid." He was like, "If you took it seriously again, do you reckon you could play at least European League of football?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I might have the talent to do it, but one thing that I very much respect about, especially you guys and American football players, you have to have something up here."
Yeah.
I would, let's say I play running back, right? I'd be playing running back. I'd break out of the lane. I would see a linebacker coming downhill. In my brain,
You're stepping that around.
I'd be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I fumble the ball. I see the ball on the ground. I see 5 D linemen about to jump on the ball. I know that if I jump on this ball, I'm going to be in a 5-way car crash. I'm not doing it. It's like when I used to play rugby, right? My PE teacher was like, "Oh, you're a bit of a big guy. Let's go play rugby." I remember there was only one time where like that clicked in my head, and I remember getting the worst stud gash down my thigh, and I remember being like, I don't want to do this. Like, you need to have like something up there that just is able to just do it. Do you know what I mean? It's so hard to articulate.
Formula One drivers, right? Formula One drivers didn't just one day, right, drive a Formula 3 car for 3 months and then jump into an F1 car and start driving it. No, they've been driving for years.
Yeah.
Years.
And they
So I'm trying to put it into context here of the speed of the game, because when you're playing at in the NFL, that's the ultimate speed.
Yeah.
Right? And what you have to do is when you line up, TJ, you got to do your pre-snap reads.
Yeah.
On offense, you got to do your pre-snap reads. You got to read the secondary. You got to read your linebackers. You got to look at the line, because if it's a running play, straight away, if you've got wide nines, or if you've got an oval, if you've got an under, if you've got 8 guys up in the box, you're hoping the QB is going to like audible out of that, but he might not, and he might just go with it because the head coach said you got to do that.
Yeah.
But you got to do all your pre-snap reads. Then once the ball is snapped, you got to read. You got to read on the
go.
move.
Yeah.
Now, don't get it twisted. If you've done thousands, hundreds of thousands of reps, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
But if you haven't,
You know,
it's challenging until you can do it, because The key here is actually getting the reps to do it in the frigging first place.
And that
Getting the reps to do it in the first place, DJ.
that is why when rugby people say, "Oh, rugby's the same as American football," rugby is not the same as American
No.
football. I respect rugby highly.
said that, yeah.
I played it. I played rugby in school. Like I hated every minute of it because I was just like this. I just didn't like rugby. It was too. Do you know what I'm saying? But I played rugby in school, and like I knew guys that went on to go play semi-pro, pro. Rugby is an incredibly physically demanding sport that takes a lot of skill. But I'm sorry, American football is a different level because now imagine you go to a rugby player and you go, right, here's a playbook.
They wouldn't have Scoobies.
Just changes the game completely. And I think, right, I always lie to myself. If I was a QB, I would be the world.
You got a QB head on your shoulders. I don't care what anyone tells me. You have got a QB head.
I would be the MVP of the ELF as a QB
You have.
until the ball is snapped. Until the ball is snapped. As soon as the ball snaps, I go from MVP to who let this guy on the field, who let this guy in the vicinity of the stadium. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's the difference of it. Is like NFL is two sports. It's the mental sport and the physical sport.
I was saying the same thing to Roel before you got here about playbooks. Okay, and you look at the NFL today. You know, you look at every team. Everyone wants something different, right? My experience of professional playbooks were 300 pages. Yeah, and you had to learn that. Today, I've got the lenses to absorb that shit in about 3 or 4 days. But I didn't have that when I was playing.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I mean, what we were using at the time, we were using colours for formations. We were using. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't realise we only had about 25 plays, but when you're doing those in different formations with different personnel, it multiplies up to about 200 plays.
Yeah.
And then they branch together. You might do like these 3 plays in accordance with each other.
Yep. And then you're taught to learn the whole playbook. But then when you get, and that's when you're doing your OTAs, that's when you're doing your preseason, that's when you're in camp, right? When it comes to game day, playbook goes out the window.
Yeah.
What happens now is you get a subset
Of the playbook.
of the
Those
playbook
plays.
every week, depending on who you're playing. With the game plan, the game plan against their opponents.
Yeah.
And then you just have to learn that bit. But by that point, you should know the whole playbook.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And that bit is potentially can be tough. Listen, man, when we were playing, some of our starters were getting it wrong, man.
Oh yeah.
So on the offensive line, man, they were blowing some holes for defensive linemen to come through and sack our QBs.
You get it in the NFL. You get it in the NFL where a commentator will say the QB and the wide receiver aren't on the same page.
Yeah.
Wide receiver just got the route wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's nothing to do with QB.
It's nothing to do with the QB. Wide receiver.
The QB, as I'm sure you noticed, the QB is going to put the ball
where you're supposed to
where
be.
you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Receiver, you better be in that spot or go and get it.
And that's why it's such a hard sport, because it's so reactionary. Because this is like, and I learned all of this from Madden. Like when people say to me, "Oh, how do you know?" It's like Madden. I've been playing Madden for like 13 years now, and like
They cross over so much,
guys.
You just won't believe it.
I'm not talking like I play Madden. Like I play Madden. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I play Madden. Like I'm gonna go home. I'm probably gonna play Madden. Do you know what I'm saying? But like I learned this from Madden, because obviously Madden is like, it's a simulation. So a lot of the stuff in it is a lot more streamlined in real life. So I learned in Madden. I was like, cool. If we've got let's say we've got a 5-yard slant, or let's say we've got a dagger play, right? So we've got one player. He's gonna run 10 yards, cut straight inside, past the linebacker. I learned this from Madden. As soon as that go route crosses over with the dagger, that's when I read the safety. Yeah. Not when the player's just started.
No,
I read the
opening,
safety in the corner when that dagger concept breaks inside. Other things like, I don't know, like a running back wheel. You might motion the running back to the other side. Check the linebacker. What's the linebacker doing? Great, linebacker's on the running back. We've got a mismatch. And then I say, right, great, offensive line, let's slide right, because our running back, he's slow. Our running back, he's not going to make that wheel route for a good maybe like 4 seconds. So I now need to make sure. I've like, that's You don't get that in rugby. In rugby, it's cool. There's formations. There's predetermined stuff. But it's like football. You're really playing inside of a system, but then everything on top of that is dictated live. Whereas in American football, it's so calculated and so like, do you know what I'm saying? That
down to timing. A lot of it is down to timing,
yeah.
especially passing plays, down to timing. And then you know when it's a blown play. Because the QB then scrambles around for time to extend the play, to make a play.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, all those receivers, when they see that, they've got cut-off routes
Yeah.
to break back into separate zones. But just coming back to what you're talking about with regards to Madden and reading on the move, because that's what you're talking about, it's reading on the move, right? I have to say this, as a running back, after a while, you start to understand the rotation of the linebackers and the secondary. You know, if they're going to rotate. Because what they would do is what good defenses would do, that's disguise. They disguise fronts, and at the last minute, they'll bail right back into their formation where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Or if someone's coming, they'll creep. They'll creep as closely to the line of scrimmage and time it and come straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And understanding these things, when you have the eye for them, it just makes your game so much easier.
Yeah.
I've seen so many blown assignments in the NFL. So many when QBs get poleaxed.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's so obvious to us now, though.
but you say it's obvious.
No, to us now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because you've got a trained eye for it. But when we were playing and that happened, and it was a European player.
Ooh.
You see where I'm going with it, right? You see where I'm going with it.
European player.
Yeah.
Buster play. Ooh.
Right. But if it's an American player, American running back, he fumbles the rock, defense, they recover it and, they take the ball down to maybe the 20 and then they can't push it in, but they get a field goal. Okay. Let's rally up. Let's go again.
Yeah.
European player, you might as well sit down.
That was you saying that. I was watching just before I come up. I thought, let me watch some stuff.
I'm not
on YouTube.
exaggerating here.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating here. That's how it generally went until, and that was my experience until I got to Scotland. And when I got to Scotland, it was such a difference because when you hear players say, American players as well in the NFL, in college, if you have a good relationship with your coaches, right, that helps you drop your shoulders and relax. It shows you that the coach believes in you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about playing with your ass like this. You're playing with your shoulders up, worry about making a mistake. Because they're not going to judge you. Because they know you are a talent and they know what you can do. When you get to that stage, it's game changing.
Yeah.
And I got that. I didn't get that at London, but I got that at Scotland.
Yeah.
Game changing.
I guess it's like you get like, I think everyone would experience this. Like you can be working at Tesco.
Yeah.
If your manager trusts you, then like you're not, do you know what I mean? Like you might come to work 2-3 minutes early. Do you know what I mean? It might get you out of bed. I always say this and like, I'll refer it back to like, the everyday life. But like my first ever corporate job when I turned 20, I'd been working, I'll tell you guys this, up until the age of 20, I think I worked maybe like 10, 11 jobs. Between the age of 16 and 20, I worked 10, 11 jobs. A lot of people, you speak to them, they have the same job from 16 till 18. They work in a farm shop, they work in a cafe, they might work in a dad's furniture shop, whatever. I had 10, 11 jobs. And it was my fault. I'm not trying to blame my managers. Like, I just couldn't stop getting sacked. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't stop getting sacked. And for good reason. For good reason. You pay me £5.25 an hour. You're asking me to clean up. I'm not cleaning it up. Do you know what I mean? I'll just go. But then when I was 20, I was working nights at Premier Inn in Reading. So I lived in London Bridge and I was doing nights in Premier Inn in Reading during COVID.
That's a trick.
To this day, I don't know how I did it. I really don't know how I did it. So I'd have to I was 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. shifts. I wake up at 7 p.m., get ready, leave London 8:30, get to Reading 10:30, 10:45, do a night shift. First thing you're doing is you're hoovering everywhere, XYZ, whatever. And I remember I was just desperate to get out of that job. And I remember I applied to a job at this music school, this music university in London. And I remember doing the interview, managed to get the job, whatever. And I remember stepping foot in that place, being like, TJ, please take this seriously. Because if you don't, you'll be back at Premier Inn doing night shifts. And God bless my colleagues Adrian and Ryan. I never want to see you guys ever again in my life. I never want to, like, God bless them, but like they were just older than me. Like, I'll put it this way, like, there is a type of person that will do night shifts going throughout their life, right?
For their whole life. They're happy doing it.
They're happy doing it.
That's not you.
I was not trying to be that guy. So like we just, you know what I mean? We couldn't, whatever. And we're getting to that place and I was like, take this seriously. And like the first 2 weeks, like my ass was tight. And then my colleague, so the head receptionist, so I was like just a receptionist, the head receptionist, I think he came back from holiday and he was like, oh yeah, my name's Nathan, whatever. He was like, oh, whereabouts are you from? I was like, oh yeah, I grew up in and around Hounslow. He's like, oh, me too. I'm like, oh, nice. Bit of a connection. He's like, oh yeah, what'd you like to do outside of work? I was like, you know, just chill, watch football. You know, he's like, oh, me too. Started becoming mates. All of that stress, all of that anxiety, it washed away. Up until like me and him like gained an affinity, I was printing stuff, thinking you need to do the right thing because if you print it wrong, they might fire you. You might go back to Premier Inn.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I'm getting into work early. Early. Whoa, getting into work early. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, if I do the wrong thing, they've got whatever. I'm speaking in a way. I think I even got like a shorter trim. Do you know what I mean? I've cut my hair a bit short because I'm thinking whatever. And then like as soon as I, you know, gained an affinity with Nathan, it all went well. And it's probably the same with coaches. Me and Nathan, it's my best mate nowadays.
Yeah.
Today, do you know what I'm saying? Just because I found a manager that
Connection.
and he always said it to me. He was always like, bro, you're a bit rough around the edges, but I knew that you meant well. I knew that you were good at what you wanted to do. Yeah. And it's the same thing in American football, but then I'll use the example of like when I was an under 13 head coach for a boys team, I always used to think the same thing. I was like, I don't want any of these boys to ever think that I don't trust them. Because usually as soon as someone feels like you don't trust them, there's an asterisk above their performance. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't imagine what it's like to go to a team, especially like in NFL Europe, and you just go, these guys.
It was hard because they were from the old school.
Everyone from the cameraman to the physio, you know, to the head coach, everyone in NFL Europe were working towards getting back into the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And I remember, I'm going to change lanes now in a sec, but I remember in week 10, right? You know, I played about 3/4 of the game, right? And I remember I was running the rock, and some of the guys in my group, right? And every time I'd come off or I'd run the rock or I'd come, they'd go, Hutch, man, you did a great job. Hutch, you did a great job. And I'm like, you know, you didn't realise this in camp. We didn't realise this at all.
That's
what happens?
so crazy.
So what happens was now, we get to like the third quarter now. We come to the fourth quarter, and I was running the rock, and I got hit. I got hit, like the place I guard. He just swung open, and he just let this like 300-pound D end. As soon as I got crunched. Ball flies up in the air. They recover it. End zone. I'm thinking, right, my game's done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down. The OC says, Hutch, you're done. Right? He goes, you know, go. But we were up about 20 points.
Yeah.
OC says, oh, Hutch, you know, you're a great job, but you're done. Head coach comes over to me in like 2 minutes after. He goes, Hutch, you're going straight back in. He goes, I need to evaluate this. He goes, I haven't seen this all season. Gene Dolquist said this to me.
I remember you telling me this.
And then I went
But that's
in,
the way you're supposed to do it.
and I ran the rock 9 times back to back. 9 times back to back until we need it out. And after that game, he goes, Hutch, I need you to get ready for the next season because you're going to be our starting national player. That's what he told me.
He wanted to see how you reacted to adversity.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the way the story played out was The next year was 9/11, and my company wouldn't give me the sabbatical to go and play football, so I missed out that year. But look, that's the story for another time.
Yeah.
What I want to talk to you, I want to wind my neck right back in and talk to you about. I saw you on a podcast going to, I think it was a college game in Ireland.
Yeah.
Right. So I have no idea. You've got way more experience in Ireland with regards to the presence of American football. What's it like? I mean, what's the leagues like? I mean, what is it like?
Shall I be perfectly honest with you?
In comparison to Baffa?
Shall I be honest with you?
Go for it.
I've got no clue.
Okay.
I went there for the college football
Just
game.
for the college. All right. Okay.
When I was there was no synergy between Ireland's grassroots American football kind of environment
Right.
and the college football game. There was none. No clue. If you asked me to name one Irish American football team, I wouldn't be able to.
Got it.
Maybe Belfast. I know there's one in Belfast, not Ireland. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a fun time. But yeah, like, if anything, a lot of Irish people didn't want the American football there.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
interesting to know.
You go and speak to Irish people, they're like, oh, the American football's back. It's like, oh, you're not a fan? They're like, no. They're like, oh, all these Americans, because they bring over 20,000 Americans.
Yeah.
I love Americans. You guys probably love Americans. You've been around them for a lot of your life. A lot of Europeans, they don't like Americans. They don't like it. But yeah, the Irish, all I can tell you about Ireland is Charlie Smythe, kicker on the New Orleans Saints right now.
Yeah.
That's all, yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let's change lanes into the NFL. Denver.
Yes.
Your team.
Yes.
Are they 11-2?
12-2 now.
12-2. Where are they going, man? Tell me. Where are they going?
Don't put your mouth on it. You're bad luck. Yeah.
Have you guys ever played for a team and like you win a game and you go, how have we done that? Fair, we won, but how have we done that? Then you win your second game, you go, damn, like, how have we really? We've gotten lucky there. Obviously, you don't win by accident. Talent always prevails, but talent is a bit like a gauge. You open it and you close it.
Find ways.
You find ways to win.
Ways to
but then you go 9 games and you go, guys, we found a way to win 9 times in a row. And you just expect a team to come in and go, no.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You're not going to play awful for the first half and then score 25 in the second half. That's it. I thought that was going to happen with the Packers last week. We beat them. We were down 10 in the third. We beat them. I would love to sit here and be like, the Denver Broncos are going to go to a Super Bowl. I, unfortunately, have only seen a Super Bowl team for maybe 4 quarters max this season. Unfortunately. Watching the Denver Broncos is basically like this. Before the game, I'm so excited to watch the Denver Broncos. 3 quarters. What on earth are these guys doing? 4th quarter. Nice, we won. That's what it's like watching the Denver Broncos game. It's tough.
And the games they lost?
We lost, and this is the craziest part. We could be 14-0 because we lost to the Colts. They kick a field goal, they miss. They kick a game-winning field goal, they miss. Refs called it back, encroachment.
You gave them the game.
On a game-winning
Was
field
that an
goal.
away game or home game?
Away game.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
On a game-winning
go.
field goal, you want to call encroachment.
There you go.
Come on now. And then LA Chargers, they win on like a last, I think it was like final minute, they get a touchdown. Our cornerback, Riley Moss, it's Keenan Allen. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing. He's bigger than you. He's whatever. Those 2 games go slightly different. We could be 14-0. But guys, I just don't know. We're good. We're a very, very good team. And I think that's the way that I look at it. I'm kind of like glass half full, is that we're a team whose ceiling is up here, but we just haven't played to our ceiling. And I always say, if we click and we play towards our ceiling consistently, when the playoffs hit, no one's beating us.
What's changed in one season? Come on.
Development. Pure development. Bo Nix, Bo Nix's stats, if you look at his box score, you won't see any development. But his development in decision making, the throws that he's making, he's getting that confidence to, with QBs, you'll get a QB that's like he sees the window, but he's like, that's a tight window. And he just,
Put it in there.
he just doesn't let it rip. Or he might let it rip, but he hasn't given it max velocity because something at the back of his head is saying, pick. Do you know what I'm saying? Bo Nix isn't doing that anymore. He's hitting windows. He's confident, and I think he's relaxed a tiny bit. He used to break out of the pocket a bit too much. He was a bit too, agitated on his
It's
feet.
just like my man from Chicago.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Look at how he was in 1 year.
In 1 year, they're developing.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams, it's all because of that new head coach Ben Johnson. He came over from the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions last year went 15-2.
Yeah.
And then he comes over. Detroit Lions are now 7-4, 7-5 going into the final weeks of the season. But we've developed. Our O-line has always been a very good O-line. If anything, our defense has gotten worse. Because last year, I would have easily said we're the best defense in the league. This year, if anything, our defense has gotten worse, but only slightly. But we've added. I'll call them security and insurance. Someone like Talanoa Hufanga, our safety. You can get a decent safety who can hit big. Then you can go get Talanoa Hufanga, one of the best safeties in the league. We've got linebacker Dre Greenlaw. He's coming, absolute beast. Pat Surtain, he was injured, but he's developing again. We drafted our first round draft pick, Jahdae Barron out of Texas, corner. Nice corner, do you know what I'm saying? And then on offense, we went and got it's so bad that we went and got the running back from the Chargers. So bad I forgot his name. And then we've gone out and drafted name's completely left me. Went out and drafted a running back from UCF. RJ Harvey, we went and drafted him from UCF. 2 new running backs. Starter running back, he gets injured. We lean on RJ Harvey. He was elite at UCF. The jump's kind of been there. And then we've got Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick. We've went and got Evan Ingram, the tight end, as a free agent.
There's a bit of rebuilding going on then.
There's been rebuilding, but it was more we've just leveled up in certain places. We haven't completely shifted. We haven't gone, we don't have any wide receivers. Let's go get a blockbuster guy.
I said in our first podcast, man, I like Bo, man, because when he was playing as a rookie, I was watching him extending plays, man. Getting it done. Wasn't as accurate as he is this year, but I could see the talent in him. I got time for that guy, man.
And that's the thing. A lot of people was like, and this is the thing, because I watched Bo at Auburn. Oh God, talent was there. Stinkiest decision making. Stinkiest. You go and talk to an Auburn fan, and you go, "What do you think about the Bo next time?" They'll just be like, "It was messy. It was just messy." He came in. He was sprightly. I think he started as a true freshman as well, and then he did that. And then Bo goes to Oregon, and then Oregon under head coach Dan Lanning. You go Oregon as a QB, you're going to be pretty good under Dan Lanning. Do you know what I mean? Oregon had Bo Nix, then they've gone to Dylan Gabriel. Obviously, he got drafted by the Browns, and now they've got Dante Moore. He's going to be a first-round draft pick. They're able to kind of get a system that's going to acclimatize to a QB. But the issue with Bo Nix's system at Oregon is it was heavy RPO. Short, motions, swings, like the type of offense you might know, the type of offense where you go, can you just throw it further than 10 yards, please? Because you're annoying me now. All of these like RPOs, all of these like quick gadget plays, all of these.
No one can make no plays on.
Everything underneath. I know.
Everything wide receiver screens.
underneath,
Do you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's annoying to play against, and if you're the other team, it's annoying to watch. So then when Bo obviously got drafted, everyone's thinking, oh, you've got a check down merchant. He's just gonna first read, second read, running back, boom. That's all he's gonna do. You even see it. We were running so many screen plays at the start of the season. Denver Broncos fans were like, please, Sean,
Just throw downfield.
stop with the screens because they weren't
throw it
working.
downfield, yeah.
Just throw it downfield. And I think now, and this is why Sean Payton is elite. And I don't know why I questioned him. I shouldn't have questioned him. He always had a plan for Bo Nix. It's like he was drip feeding him the playbook. He was drip feeding him responsibility. You look at Bo Nix's stats at the start of the season, a lot less attempted throws, a lot less kind of deep throws. And Sean Payton knew, if I give this guy the whole playbook, if I give him free reign, it's going to overwhelm him to anything. So we are going to run screenplays. Sorry, if they don't work, they don't work. We'll run it back. I know my defense, and this is why we were so lucky.
That's what we call chipping away at first downs.
Exactly.
3 yards, 5 yards, moved,
And
another 5 yards.
even if the
6.
ball turns over, Sean Payton would say, "Well, I know we've got a good enough defense to give us the ball back." So you're going to have good time of possession, Bo. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you touched on something. I'm going to just lean away from Detroit. Sorry, from Denver. Because you mentioned Dylan Gabriel.
I was
Yeah.
about to
Dylan
say,
Gabriel.
yeah.
We've got to talk about it. We've got to talk. We've got
Yes.
10 minutes left.
Let's
We've
talk
got to
about
talk
check
about
downs.
Cleveland, man. He's talking about check downs and all this stuff.
Shit down king there, boy.
What, in 500 words, what is your view with what the hell
What's going on there?
is going on in Cleveland?
Respectfully, I don't want to. Yeah, respectfully, Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Let me be nice, actually. Let me be nice. I don't want to get a call being like TJ. Why did
Be
you?
you, man. Be
Why,
you. Be
I'll be nice about it, but I'll say it like this, and I'll put myself in his shoes. If you're a head coach, you've worked your whole life to be a head coach. You've had to go through, adversity. You've really tried hard to get to the top. Now you've got a head coaching job, and then you get this quarterback come in. You've basically been told to draft him. Your GM has been like, "We're drafting Shador Sanders." He's fell to the 5th round. We're the Cleveland Browns. We've got a few quarterbacks that we don't know if they're going to be good. Let's get in another one. So now you've got in this quarterback. Who's his dad? The greatest player of all time. Where's he just come from? University of Colorado. Probably the most highly engaged team on social media
Right now.
ever. Who is he thrown to? Travis Hunter, 1st round draft pick. How does he walk into the building? He's got a chain that costs more than your house. Who is now in front of him? Joe Flacco, veteran.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel, we drafted Dylan Gabriel higher. Why would we give the reins to Shador first? What happened with Shador, this is my opinion, is, and I actually understand this, is there is a lot of head coaches and GMs that said, great, Shador isn't good enough to start on day one, because he wasn't. He wasn't good enough to start on day one. Shador isn't good enough to start on day one, so he's going to have to be our backup. Do you want to draft Dion Primetime Sanders' son as a backup? Because now, if your starting QB is, let's say you're the New York Giants. Let's say they don't draft Jackson Dart. If your starting QB is Russell Wilson's boring as hell. When he's doing a post-game presser, God forbid Russell Wilson's thrown 2 picks and you've lost the game. Russell Wilson's doing a post-game presser. Who do you think the media want to talk to? Who do you think the media want to talk about? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like every head coach, every GM, they went, is having that much of a presence. And bless Shador, like he didn't choose his life.
No. And he's handled it very well.
He's handled it very well. But is that much of a presence worth it? Is the talent that we've seen on tape at the University of Colorado, is that worth the media storm that might come in? Is that worth all of the questions that might hang over our QB's head? Because what happened was, and it happened to the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns did it because it's the Cleveland. Like, they can take that. They start Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco plays okay, but everyone's like, what's going on here? Dylan Gabriel comes in. Dylan Gabriel, I might meet you one day. You might be a lovely guy. You're probably the worst quarterback I've ever seen play in the NFL. Ever. Did you see Dylan Gabriel tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This put me in. Genuinely put me in.
He's a check down king.
And he wasn't even hitting the checkdowns. This is the issue. He was throwing the ball out of bounds on some plays.
Running him at people's feet and shit.
So now the whole crowd, everyone's doing this. Everyone's like, bring him in. And he's even got his own nickname now, Perfect Timing. Do you know what I'm saying? That is who he is. You had prime time, and now you've got perfect timing. It's just, what head coach wants that second on the depth chart? He's demanding so much attention. So what I think has happened is the Cleveland Browns being the Cleveland Browns. They were like, look, we're not winning anything this season. Jerry Jeudy's our wide receiver 1. Again, love you, Jerry Jeudy. He was on the Broncos. He stunk up the place. Jerry Jeudy's your wide receiver 1. Your tight, you got David Njoku, great tight end, but you've also got this other tight end,
Yeah, he's nice.
Harold Fanning Jr.
Harold Fanning Jr. Yeah.
Nice.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be
I think he's going to be very good.
very,
if
very
he can
good.
stay healthy.
He came out of, I want to say, Boston. Was it Boston College? Maybe. But and now they've
You
got
got Judkins in the backfield.
and then they've got Judkins in the backfield,
And Sampson.
and Dylan Sant. It's no.
It is Sampson.
It is, I think.
Number
I think
22,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
He's
Yeah.
injured at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, like they've, like, you just like I understood why people didn't want to draft him. I completely understood. But then at the same time, how fragile is your ego? Do you know what I mean? Not saying that it takes a fragile ego to do that, but if I'm a GM, I'm like, who cares who his dad is? Who cares if the media are going to be asking him questions? If our starting QB is getting asked, oh, do you think they're going to pick Shador? He's being asked for good reason, because you've played awful. That's now on the QB to respond to that and speak to the media.
Okay, I want to ask you some questions. Whose job is it to get talent in a team? Generally the GM, right?
It's the GM, yeah.
Right. Now, once they've got the talent in the team, whose job is it to coach them so they can get the ones in the win columns?
The coach, head coach.
Right. Okay. So that was a given.
Mm.
Right. That's an absolute given. So I get the bit about Joe Flacco. Veteran QB, knows the system, could be there potentially to teach the younger ones. And Gabriel, I understand the media frenzy. The NFL understood the media frenzy with Shador, regardless of where he was going. But the thing they had to juggle is that he's talented. Absolutely talented.
And this...
So, but there's just some things. There's just some protocols, right, that I question in that team. I'm not backward coming forward with this at all. There are some protocols. What I saw at London, what I saw at Scotland, is your number one QB, your starting QB. Your number two gets 25, if not 20% reps.
With the ones.
Yeah? With the ones. Your number three, right, gets probably 75 to 80% of scouting. Right? And 20% of that goes to your number two. That never happened in Cleveland.
At all.
At all.
Yeah.
Why? And, okay, so then, when Shador was then number one, Dylan was number two, did Dylan get first team reps?
That's a great question.
But why wouldn't he? Because he was already getting first team reps.
Because
So why you can take it away from him?
How was he seen? Because I was actually trying to explain this to my girlfriend, because she was asking, and then she was like,
Well, if that is the process in Cleveland, Dylan shouldn't be getting any reps.
"Boy, I think did they see him as a friend? Because when you get drafted in the third round, are you a QB that's been drafted, or are you a franchise QB? Dak Prescott, for example.
It seemed like they were treating him like he was going to be the franchise QB.
What
Because
Dylan?
they said he's very knowledgeable.
Who Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah.
Is that just me? Like I genuinely don't know.
Knowledgeable in what way?
Well, they called him the smart. His nickname was some computer, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, but I think they had to do that. Because people knew what they saw.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at game tape. Yeah, with regards to decision making and completions.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'll give Dylan Gabriel this. I saw him live when they came to London to play the Vikings.
Cleveland played the Vikings, yeah.
I saw him live. I remember saying to everyone around me, I was like, yo, this guy, he stinks. He stinks. He actually played a decent game. His issue was he was only decent inside of a box. I watched that game
I
thinking...
don't understand. What do you mean inside the box?
So I'd watch that game being like, oh yeah, he played sick. Like, he must have, 280, 300 yards? Yeah. He had 198. Huh? He wasn't good because he was elevating the level of the team. He was good in a box. He was just doing enough So people were like, "You've had a good game."
Yeah.
So have you heard of this? That Kevin Stefanski's offense has been criticised, or his play call has been criticised because he won't go down. He won't go long. He only goes
Downs. Short shit.
Yeah.
short game, check downs, down to third down, check down, move the sticks, move on down the field.
Do you? Honest question, because like
Have you heard that?
Yeah. I don't know this, but I want to ask you guys because you guys have played. Is a head coach in the NFL capable of hindering a QB like that?
I think.
Do you think Kevin Stefanski?
No, I don't.
I
I
think
don't.
that's his decision.
I don't, because on unless all of the plays are designed
Shorts,
10 yards
yeah.
deep and that's it.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you can pick. Right? That's all you can a QB can
Do you
go
think he's trying to sabotage?
through their depth chart, right?
Do you think he's trying to sabotage Shador?
No, I don't.
No.
No, I don't. But the reason I say that is because how different do you think the play calling has changed now Shador is at the helm in comparison to Dylan Gabriel? I don't think it's changed that much.
Not loads.
Right. So why wasn't Dylan going downfield then? Why wasn't he going downfield? Because I was having this discussion with one of my good friends, Simon Paris, right? Real good friend. What's up, Si? And Simon saying, no, the offense is designed for short play, dump off plays, with intent. I said, no, it's not, Simon.
He wasn't reading his progressions at all.
He just wasn't reading. Well, he just wasn't going downfield. He wasn't reading his progressions. Depending on the defense that they're going to play you. Yes, you've got your number one, you've got your two, you've got your three, you've got your outlets. But depending on the defense that they're playing in front of you, you can audible to one receiver. Tell him to do something. He has the authority to do that.
Yeah.
Right? But even if he doesn't have the authority to do that, you still have to go through your progressions. So if your progressions, and you can see that, okay, they're playing cover one, and you've got Jerry Judy out there, and the guy's playing man him, and he can beat him on a fly.
Jerry Judy.
Why not go for it?
Yeah.
That safety's never going to get across there. Why not go for it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. To me, what Shador's doing.
Do you remember what I was talking about Oregon's system? About how Dan Lanning at Oregon, short yardage.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel is what everyone thought Bo Nix was. I think that's the best way to put it.
Okay.
Because everyone said Bo Nix, check down merchant, he's not going to throw it long, he's not confident, and he's not a gunslinger. Dylan Gabriel is not a gunslinger.
I don't think Dylan has an arm either.
He doesn't. I watch him throw the ball and he looks uncomfortable when he has to put velocity on it.
Has he, I hadn't watched him in college, but did he ever have to extend plays whilst he was at college?
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
He's mobile. He could extend plays, but he transferred into Oregon in his last. I mean, Bo Nix did the same, but obviously Bo Nix was coming from the SEC. I can't remember where Dylan Gabriel transferred from, but he transferred in. He transferred into Oregon for his last season. Like at Oregon, I'll put it like this. Did you watch the Rose Bowl last year, Oregon versus Ohio State? Go watch the tape. Oregon came into that game, and do you know what's actually incredibly funny? Dylan Gabriel played. No, that was Bo Nix. My bad. Okay, no, that was Bo Nix. Yeah, so last year's Oregon versus Ohio State Rose Bowl, Oregon came into that. Everyone's saying Oregon are the team. Oregon is sick. Oregon are going to be the guys. Ohio State's QB, Will Howard, he's been drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see if he makes a career, but late round draft pick. I think he was drafted like the 6th or 7th. I don't know. He looked competent in college, didn't blow anyone away. So in the NFL, he probably looks a bit less incompetent. Oregon came into that game. Dylan Gabriel was so average, but you're playing Ohio State. You can't be average.
Dogs, absolute dogs.
He hit his ceiling. When that happened, I remember watching the draft. I remember when the guy got on the stage and he was like in the third with the whatever overall pick in the third round. The Cleveland Browns select Dylan Gabriel. I picked up my phone straight away. I'll show you the video afterwards. You can see the rage in my video. I said word for word. I was like, Jackson Dart, I can come to terms with. Jalen Milroe, I get that. Tyler Shuck, I understand. Dylan Gabriel, that was offensive.
Is Shador Sanders the future? Is he the franchise?
Not in Cleveland.
Not in Cleveland.
Not in Cleveland. That relationship, Shador Sanders in Cleveland right now, you know, you guys have maybe been in like relationships with someone where you're like, do you know what? We've kind of got together under precarious circumstances. Might have met him on like a messy night out, whatever. But
Yeah, he definitely needs to go somewhere else. And I think he was
they
shy.
like, and Cleveland as well. Like, what QB has ever succeeded at? Look at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield last year,
And he was decent.
People were saying that Baker Mayfield might be the MVP on the Bucks. At Cleveland, it was a train wreck. Look at Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson went there. Fair enough, he's had all these other issues, but you don't just play that badly overnight. You don't.
Yeah.
It's got to be the franchise.
It's the franchise.
There's something
And the play
that
call, dude.
underpins across.
I wish
all
the
of them.
NFL had relegation. That team needs to go.
It's too rich.
It's
too rich.
No, obviously, I respect the Cleveland Browns fan base, and like as a franchise, like I think like they've got sick uniforms, sick stadium, great fans. But the actual franchise, the people that make decisions in that building, I don't know what needs to happen there.
Who do they? They've got one first round.
Yeah,
Four. They're at 4. They're number 4 now, aren't they?
yeah, they'll have another one.
Who do they pick?
They're going to pick a QB. Of course, they're going to pick.
Do you
a
think
QB.
they're gonna?
Of course, they're going to pick.
Really?
Of course,
They can't do.
they're going to. They're going to pick a QB.
They need wideouts, to be fair.
But, you've got Makai Leonard. You got Makai Leonard.
Jerry Judy's a bust.
Yeah, he's a bust.
Right.
He's awful.
He's a bust.
Yeah, he again, he's another one that can play good in a box. You might see Jerry Judy make a play. You'll be like, oh, he flatters to deceive on some plays. But you've got Makai Lemon. If the Browns are top 5 and you take Makai Lemon in the top 5, I love Makai Lemon, wide receiver out of USC. Great player. You don't draft him in the top 5. And then you've got the guy at Arizona State, the wide out at Arizona State. I want to say Jalen something. Might not be Jalen. But the wide out at Arizona State, he might go top 5 as well. I'll put it like this. If the Browns draft a wide receiver, you know when like a stupid person does something smart and you go, oh, good for you. I didn't think you'd be that clever. If the Browns don't draft a QB in the first round, I'll be shocked.
I think this is my opinion. I think they're going to keep him.
Who Shador?
Shador.
They'll keep him.
They're not going to try. They're not going to trade him. I think they're going to build around him.
Oh no.
I think
they don't want.
they're going to build around him, and their first pick, they're going to look at free agency. Yeah, because we're not even talking about free agency. I think they'll pick up wide, well-versed, experienced wide receivers.
He needs at least 2. He needs
Right?
2 dogs.
I think that their first round draft pick needs to be a left tackle.
Yeah.
Shadow now.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to keep Shador, and I think they will, right, and him being that starter, okay, he'll have to work for it next season, you know, with whoever's coming in. I think they're going to work around him. But I think in free agency, that offensive line, because they've got up to, I think they're up to number 12 different linemen that started this season, right? They need consistency there, man.
But
they need consistency.
You know the issue with that?
What about Deshaun Watson though? He's on recovery.
I look, Deshaun Watson is worth 80 million. They need to get shot of that.
How?
They need to get shot of that. They need to get shot of that.
Yeah, but how are
To
they going to
free
get
up some
how?
money and
It's guaranteed, isn't it?
They'll do what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson. We paid Russell Wilson last season to not play for us.
Okay.
That's like the
That's
team,
like guaranteed.
yeah,
Guaranteed.
teams will cut you like that. That's how serious of Deshaun Watson. But this is another thing with Deshaun Watson, because everything you're saying that should happen. But we've been saying this with the Cleveland Browns for the past 30 years. I'm not even 30 years old. In the womb, I was saying, "Yo, the Cleveland Browns
listening to you,
yeah,
man.
the Cleveland Browns need to get like tackles." Yeah. But what's going to happen is the Cleveland Browns. I know this franchise so well. Shador's going to have not a great last 2-3 games. I think that's going to happen. I think they've got a pretty tough.
Why is that? Is it because of the competition that's coming against?
I think it's a competition that's coming up against
The Bills. Look what the Bills did last week.
Do you know what I'm saying?
In the second half,
he's not going to.
Josh is on fire.
He's getting good again. He's getting good.
Josh
again.
is on fire.
The Browns. Shador's going to have a pretty techie last 3 games. He might make a few mistakes. I think what's happened is he's a young man.
He's a rookie.
He's everyone's saying to him, "Yo, you've played
He's a
sick.
rookie.
You played great." What's going to happen is that might get to his head a bit. I don't blame him for that. He might, like that. Remember we'll talk about tight arseness. That might ease a little bit. Obviously, that easing is good for decision making, but it's also bad for decision making because you get a bit relaxed.
In the last game, he had no running game, and because he had no running game, defense didn't respect.
Couldn't do anything.
yeah.
But
It's
it's all about optics, though, isn't it? It's all about optics. We can all sit here and be like, Shador wasn't good for this reason. It's optics.
Do you believe the fact that about his armband having wrong place in it?
See, I don't know about that.
I think there's a lot of rumours going on.
I don't know about that. And even if you think about the worst case scenario, all you do is get the right one.
Yeah.
Done. Because I'm pretty sure they got that fixed like within 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, saying because that's what you see.
But just going back to what you were saying, right? If you have this is Kiwi football. If you have no running game,
you ain't doing nothing.
Nothing's happening. But that's where I think
you can't move the chains running the ball. That's when you're in trouble.
You can't do it.
Because the defense are not going to respect. They're not going to space out. They're going to start crowding the box.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. So whenever, I think that's when Judkins is playing well, or whenever you've got the running game, Shaw plays well.
Yeah. And I think that's where
He can go downfield.
yeah. But I think that's the issue now is that like Shador, in my opinion, I think the Cleveland Browns, I think they wanted him to be bad.
I think he was set up. I do think that he was set up to fail. I don't think he was given the nuggets that Dylan was given.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
I don't think so.
Dylan-
He wasn't. If you weren't getting the first team reps.
Yeah. And Dylan was like a 3rd round draft pick. Like,
But Cleveland Browns treated Shador like a 5th round draft pick. You take him to court.
yeah,
Cleveland will win.
yeah,
They treated him like a 5th rounder.
yeah.
And they treated Dylan
Like a
like a
third.
3rd
Like a
rounder.
3rd rounder.
They did.
And I think that's where the optics come in. I think now if Shador has a bad few games to end the season, I think it's very easy for the Cleveland Browns to be like, he's not our guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's very easy for them because like,
But you know what? That's a fair comment, though.
it's the Cleveland Browns.
But that's a fair comment.
Yeah.
though.
It is.
Even if Shador was at the Rams or Commanders, and he's got 3 games left, and he doesn't get it done, any one of those teams are going to say the same thing. So
They're gonna, and then you add in the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns itch for 1st round QBs. They love it. They love it. I can't imagine the Cleveland Browns in the 1st round. You've got Dante Moore, Oregon. You've got Fernando Mendoza, Indiana.
He's playing some. Is he going to come out?
Arch ain't ready yet, man.
No,
I think it's 2 more years.
He's been kind of stinky this year. Yeah, he's been kind of stinky this year. But again, hype. They hyped him up. But
TJ, man, unfortunately, we run out of time, man. I
man.
was slotting 50 pence in the slot, and it's run out now, man. And it's
No
like,
worries.
I can see that alarm bell flashing at me saying,
Time.
we're going to have to wrap it up. But as always, man, it's good having you here, man. It's good chopping up with you, man. And
Of course.
we could do this for hours.
Part 3 soon.
Please.
Part 3 soon.
That one in the new year.
Yeah.
Ballaz In The Middle, TJ, American TJ.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Nah, bruh. No, I'm not happy with that, fam. I'm not happy with that.
What?
This one here knows the rules, bro.
Oh, we're not finished yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just give me some dap. Oh, all right, let's go. It's all right. It's all good. I just had to check.
All right. Just to punch in with Rowell, we've got to finish off the way he likes it to finish off. So the way we do this is we've got to say good rice, good meat, good God.
Let's eat.
We did it downstairs, didn't we?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That's it.